Hey guys, it's Elizabeth with Our Tribe Travels. Today's video is actually going to take place over a span of about 5 days. This is exactly how much time that I need in order to prepare my family for a trip without the RV. So there's two types of trips our family takes, with the RV and without the RV. And let me just say, as a mom, I prefer with. However, we still do have those trips that it's just not feasible to take it. On this occasion, we're actually going on a family vacation with others. We have a beach house, and unfortunately, you cannot put the RV in the driveway. I've already looked. Listen, if I could haul that thing just for the convenience, I would. So today we're going to talk about preparing for the trip without the RV. It takes so much more time, but the whole goal for this video is to get you completely prepared. This will prevent you from having to have a vacation after your vacation. Now, don't get me wrong, I know plenty of people who can take off, pack in an instant, and be gone. And if that was the only opportunity that I had, I could probably do the same. But there again, I would need a vacation from my vacation, just because if I left my house right now, I would come back home to the biggest pile of laundry I've probably ever seen in my life. Dirty sheets for days because my kids didn't shower all weekend long. And this house is a disaster. Okay, let's get started. The first tip I have for you is the brain dump. Now, this has no time span on it. It can take place months in advance. However, I find it a little easier to do it during this week while I'm cleaning house, while I'm doing laundry, etc., etc. It does not have to be fancy. Mine is actually on a tablet of graph paper. I bought 3 tablets of graph paper thinking I could draw my house plans when I was building, and now I have 3 tablets of graph paper that need to be used up. So, doesn't have to be fancy. You might want to consider it portable because I do try to take this everywhere with me the week leading up to vacation or leading up to a big trip. Now, let me make sure that I drive it home. This is only for non-RV travel. You could do it for RV travel, but it's not necessary. Anyways, on the top, crap. This is anything that's not clothes and not groceries. So it's crap. There's really no other word to justify this page here. On this page, I have things like our Yeti cups that we like to drink our drinks out of on the beach and then have our coffee in. Anything that comes along with the baby. So the boppy pillows, the activity play mat, all that fun stuff. It's crap. It's all crap, okay? It just takes up space in the truck. You might or might not use it, but you really feel incomplete without it. So it's crap. The next page is groceries. Now, immediately when you title this page groceries, I would suggest going ahead and jotting down everything that your family cannot live without. So coffee, stevia to put in my coffee, heavy whipping cream to put in my coffee, and more coffee. Also, milk for my kids. That's our necessities. So my next list is the clothes. And currently on my clothes list, I have shoes. Doesn't say whose shoes, specifies tennis shoes, but that's it. That's because I'm pretty sure no one but myself has clean clothes in this house. And Nora seconds that. Specifically because she slept in sweatpants and a onesie last night because she has no clean pajamas. And currently, pretty sure the 5-year-old has on the 3-year-old shorts and the 3-year-old has on the 5-year-old's jeans. If you're a mom of boys in the stage of them learning to dress themselves, they do that 95 times a day. So I have a lot of laundry to do. Luckily, on the first day of my 5 days, that's the day I start the laundry. Let's go to the laundry room. Disclaimer, this is a real life laundry room from real life people. It's not pretty. Now, I am not going to show you how I do laundry. The only reason we're in here is to show you just a couple things that make things easier on me for any trip. I have 2 things in here that serve the same purpose on each of the trips, with the RV and without the RV. This is my camping bag. This collapses. I love it. This is our laundry bag that stays in the camper. This actually came from IKEA, and I love it because the inside of it is a plastic, and you can put wet anything in here. It's perfectly fine. Now, anything that ever gets found in the laundry that should have stayed in the camper They get washed and then right back in here they go. So anything that belongs in the camper, that was taken out of the camper, or even that's floating around the house that you feel like could serve a better purpose inside your RV, grab something, regardless of what it is, leave it in a safe space anywhere, and you can just throw things in it as you go. And then once you leave to go on a trip, don't leave without this, and you'll have everything. The next thing is just a tote. Now, this tote is actually just going to be a catch-all for now while I do the laundry. I will say I'm going to have to pick from this tub as I go, but I plan to only do 1 to 2 loads of laundry on the last day before we leave, and that is going to allow for anything that got used out of this tote to be replaced back into it. Keep yourself an empty tote in your laundry room, and as things come through the wash, throw it in here. This also prevents that shirt that you want your kids to wear while you're on your trip in your family pictures. It prevents them from wearing it and then shoving it under their bed, only for you to find it under their bed the night before you leave. If it goes in here, general rule of thumb, it does not need to come out. So that's about all for today. To recap, go ahead, start your brain dump, groceries, clothes, and your crap, and then start your laundry. Make sure you have a safe space for it so that you can put it in there and it doesn't get lost and found on the last day, and then just muscle through. Day 1, guys. See you tomorrow. All right, guys, so it's day 2 of my 5 days to prepare to travel without the RV. And we are here in my office today because the first thing we're going to discuss is the bills. There is nothing worse than being on a trip and trying to remember, did I pay the water bill? And you're trying to pull up all your information to see, did it go through? I don't remember seeing it. Did Matthew check the mail? Did he lay it somewhere that I don't know where it's at? So many things go through your head. And then there's the obvious one, if you overdraw while you're on your trip. Both of those are easily preventable with doing one thing. Sit down today on day 2. Take today all the way to 5 days after you return. And if your budget allows, you pay every bill in that time span. What this is going to allow is a little more relaxation knowing all of your bills were paid. Now, you want to make sure there's also money in the account for those that are going to auto draft while you're gone. Now, some may ask, why 5 days? I choose to go 5 days out for one reason and one reason only. I don't want to be smacked in the face with life the day I get home from my vacation. I need a smooth transition. I don't need to be worried about late fees and water bills and trying to make a trip to the electric company because it's due today, the day you get home. Just do the best you can to pay what you can ahead of time just to save yourself a little bit when you get back. Moving on to the bathroom. All right, let's talk bath supplies. And now most of you may be thinking, why is this even relevant? And I'm going to tell you why. Let me get out my handy dandy travel bath supplies. I will link these below, but let me tell you, I have been using Dollar Store, those hard plastic, shake it down all the way and you still can't get any of it out. So you fill it up with water and then you dump that part out. Been using those for 31 years. And these are my new favorites. I splurged, they're not a splurge, they're $8, but I'm cheap. But I splurged for these on Amazon, and I wish I would have done it years and years and years ago. So they are silicone, and when you squeeze it, it stays. So you're never gonna have to do the old in the shower. But the reason why I point these out and the reason why I mention these on day 2 is because you have not been to the grocery store yet. And this is important to do prior to going to the grocery store. Refill your travel accessories. When you use the bottom of your bottle to fill these up, you can shower for the remainder of the week, you can shower on vacation, and when you get back and you've driven in the truck for 10 hours and you want to shower, you no longer have any conditioner. But if you fill them now and you realize you're low, put that on your grocery list, pick it up, throw it in your shower. When you get back, you have all of your supply. Which brings me to my last thing on day 2, the groceries. Now, what we actually do is tonight, we will actually go over to my mom's. We will all sit down, plan our meal plan for what we're going to have for the entire week, determine who gets what, and then we add that to our grocery list along with our family's specific needs. Tomorrow is when we actually go grocery shopping. So some of you may be trying to differentiate the difference between traveling with an RV and without an RV. And the difference is I don't have to do any of this stuff. I already have everything on the RV. I don't have to make a list for anything. All I have to do is wash my clothes, hang them in the closet, and just pay some bills, grab some food, and hit the road. It's so much easier. I mean, just buy an RV. Just do it. Just do it. See you guys tomorrow.